Hey everyone, how are you guys doing? It's been a really long time since the last time I made a video for YouTube. I totally wanted to do it, but I really wanted to take the time to just have really something important to say or have something meaningful to say before I started with a new video. But I did feel like this was the right time and I had a lot of information that I wanted to talk to you about and also integrate as part of our conversations. As you know, the information on the YouTube videos is for intermediate to advanced students. So if you're looking for a more slang-ish terminology, you're going to find it right here. Or if you're trying to boost your vocabulary learning and improve some areas of your use of grammar, this is the place. So today we're going to talk AI. Yeah, I know most of you are probably super tired of dealing with AI videos. I'm sure that just as much as I do, if you are into technology and if you are into working lately, I think that you need to know a little bit or get yourself a little bit involved with what happens with AI today. And as a language teacher who has specialized in neurolinguistic programming and also in project management, working with the software industry first, I want to tell you a little bit of my insight on what is going to happen with the world of work and jobs and careers and professions from my point of view as someone who looks at it partially inside, but also with an outsider's perspective. Um, I do have to tell you the following thing. I've watched tons of videos about this, and I feel that there's something people are not seeing very clear. And a lot of people prefer to believe it's not going to be like that because when we stay positive, we feel like it's easier for us to live you know, easier, like go about life just a little easier, right? It's very different from feeling like you're walking on eggshells all the time, which can be really daunting for most of people. And and if you look at the future as something really dark, you may feel like it's really gnarly what's coming. So most people just don't want to face that up, right? But I tend to believe that it's very important to look at the facts and focus on the facts instead for being more on the bright side of things. I think it's important to have a clear consciousness and awareness. As of right now, what I feel is that technology and AI in particular is becoming sharper and sharper by the minute. It's a fact, everybody knows it. And there are many people who have compared this to the Industrial Revolution. And they go like, no, but this is like in during the Industrial Revolution times, people were able to pick up on new jobs and create new jobs out of their needs in the moment and whatever. But the reality, guys, is that I feel you can never compare other critical moments in history where people have opted for creating new jobs because in that moment, what was replaceable was the labor force, the workforce of people. And this is very different. We're in a moment of history where that is you already have the machines going. So what we had left was our intelligence. It was our brains. It was our talents, what we could provide in terms of what we have in happening and going on in our heads. But now a lot of the processes that you've learned and a lot of the things that you have achieved through cognitive processes and knowledge that can partially be replaceable. And hear me out. I say partially, I didn't say entirely. But the thing is that not every person out there is the brightest mind in the room. And some people just have, like completed courses and gone about their tasks more in an automated way. And whatever processes you can automate right now in cognitive terms, AI can do it for you. Um, and so I feel that people are not keeping that in mind. Like, you can have an average person, let's say a junior programmer who has just gotten his degree as a junior programmer, but he has no experience. That is something that AI can totally replace, because now you have senior developers guiding AI and providing AI with the right tutorials and the right kind of guidance to have it program and create code lines just like they would, or just like they need. And the C levels of companies are encouraging these senior developers and engineers groups to start using AI powered tools to integrate them and automate them into their processes. So, what do you really think that they are doing that for? I don't think it's because they want to hire new juniors. I think it's because they want to reduce more and more the landscape of human workforce needed for their companies, because they can automate this and obviously save money. And it makes sense to some degree that if you have a company, you want to save money, and you want to make the most out of the tools that you have in order to reduce costs. Makes sense. It's not something new. That's the reason why the Industrial Revolution came up in the first place, and so on and so forth. So I feel like people have to look at things as per what they are. And in this sense, I also think, so what is the solution? Because then you have this landscape where a lot of people's works that are especially potentially automated work will be at stake, because it's very likely that it's replaceable. It's very likely that whatever you do that can be automated and can be done with a minimal degree of operational intelligence could be replaced. So, where does that leave us? My call is that first, you need to find whatever you're passionate about, because then you have a lot more chances that you put all your heart into it and then you try to make it better because it's your passion. On the other hand, I think people need to prepare themselves to be a lot more prepared. As redundant as it can sound, you need to prepare yourself, or people need to prepare themselves to be ready to understand that in the thick of things, you need somehow to find how many things you can do that make you unique and irreplaceable. What kind of talents could you provide to a company that only you have? What makes you special? It's what's going to make companies still need you and choose you, in spite of the fact of having AI there playing in the background that they can obviously use it to play safe and reduce costs. So if you want to stay up to date, if you want to continue having a job, what you're going to need is to prepare yourself. So this game, this trick that you may fall into, is going to be definitely devastating for a lot of people, which is believing that, okay, for example, in our case, oh, I can, replace my English deficiency with AI. Perfect. So it means the AI can do it for you. Well, I can code with AI. Perfect. So it means that AI can partially code for you. You can create images with AI. Okay, so it means that we don't need you creating images out there. So what do you have left to offer? Now, if you're a professional who has somehow dug deep into your career, followed your passions, train yourself in several areas that orbit around your passions, and on top of that, you prepare yourself to be a better English speaker, a more qualified worker, that company will say, yeah, we have AI, but this guy is also unique. So your talents are the reason why companies are going to want to still go out there for people like you. It won't be the fact that you just graduated from a 6-month course, a crash course to enter the industry. No, I don't think so. I think you got a whole bunch of those people that are absolutely not needed if you have a senior training AI to do that work. So you got to think about your choices and think about them carefully, because when you can replace intelligence, whether it's artificial or it's human, you're replacing the one thing that separated us from machines.